course, we realize like sometimes you go into these meetings or you go with, meetings means the Sangha, people that are like thinking, or, even anybody, even baseball fans could be okay, like you go to a whole group and they think alike and somehow you feel more connected, right?
Hmm.
And it seems like content is the way we connect through content.
Well, yeah, that makes it more interesting, all that kind of thing. But whether we have all that or not, or whether you're the kind of individual that's good at connecting or not, we are all the same thing. We just are. We are all the same shared consciousness, or however you want to put it. And even if, in the appearance there's somebody who's having a lot of trouble making a connection, that's absolutely fine. Uh, there's always going to be people that have
Yeah.
trouble connecting in the story of life as it seems to unfold.
So what
But
it
then
comes to
that's
is
all.
like, the next step is like to find out like, hey, no, content is how we disconnect actually. Because you go off into the content, right? And you think if someone else is in that content, okay, now we're connected, but you're really not. You're just not so disconnected because you're both focused on these ideas and you're not really including the other person. But when you find out that, let's say that what's happening when you come to a certain, meetings and you get this big feeling, you find out, hey, we're connected already before the content. And then when you find out that the content really, because like what you were saying is like in order to be connected through the content, we all want utopia. Utopia is our first priority. That's not going to work, because the content is never going to get aligned like that. But when you realize, hey, we're already connected before the content, then all that stuff is possible. And that's the only time when tolerance is possible too, because you realize the content is extraneous. It doesn't really have to do with connecting, and being understood. Whether those seem to be drives that it's strange enough, they seem to be there in everybody. We want to be understood and we want to be feel connected.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. What if this is utopia? What if this is it? This is, what if this is the most perfect thing that ever was? This is it. I really, I just know that this is all happening just exactly the way it must, and there's no other way that it could unfold. And in fact, nothing is actually happening. It's all very, very ephemeral reality. It truly is. It is, it is nothing but the tiniest bit of electricity and a bit of energy and a bit of perception and a few senses, and it's, and it isn't really happening. It's not real, but it is great fun. And all those things you were just talking about just, make it absolutely fascinating. And we are all connected, whether an individual feels it or not. I mean, we just are. We are. And yeah, I think that I don't know if there's always, I don't know if the goal is for everybody to just, come together and united. And I don't know if that is life. I don't know if that is it. I think that life is a lot spicier than that, and it's a lot harder sometimes, and it's challenge is part of it, and whatever it is that's the right thing to do will just unfold before you, and you don't really have to do much at all or think much at all, but if you want to, you can.